The AeA of Orange County presents the 15th Annual High Tech Awards. Innovation, as viewed by our nominee thought leaders.
Well, of course, innovation is almost a daily exercise, whether it's for an investor or for an entrepreneur. Every day you've got to be looking at the challenges that your business faces. You've got to be looking at your customers and how can you better serve them. So whether you're a young company or a more mature company, that attitude, that way of looking at your business is going to assure you some degree of sustained success.
Emulex is what it is today because of innovation. If you look at where we are and the dominant positions we have in our market, it's because of our ability to create really, really outstanding products that solve real problems in our customer base. So it's kind of in our DNA. And what I try and do is just continue to foster that and also put our money where our mouth is. You know, we reward and recognize the people in the company that create new intellectual property, differentiated ideas. We spend a lot of time out with the people that actually use our products to see what other things can we solve for them, what pain points do they have, and we bring that back into the company, you know, work it out, work it through, and you know, we're good risk takers. You know, you hope to keep a good batting average with your risks, but we try new things, and you know, some of them make it, some of them don't. And it's just, again, part of a culture that we've created at Emulex.
We're doing something that most people say, or at least most marketing experts say you can't really do, and that is we're working very carefully to totally and completely innovate and replace our existing major brands. We are working on percutaneous heart valves, which we believe will be able to, over time, replace our market-leading tissue valves. And we're working on minimally invasive hemodynamic monitoring, also a huge change in the technology of this field. We believe that's really important, and it's important for us to take top-notch at innovation leaps, not just continuous improvement, while that's still important.
You know, making sure that we all can see the problems, and not just me saying, here is the problem, but having everyone spend enough time understanding the market, the customers, the products, the competitive position, who we're fighting against, that they can internalize it. And that I think, provides a kind of a wellspring of innovation in and of itself that I couldn't do if I just tried to force it on people. So I tried to do it just those two ways. One, by recruiting the right people that can bring new and fresh ideas that haven't already decided that it can't be done that way. You got to have a mixture of the two. You got to get the guys with scars on the backs and guys that say, why not? And then just making sure that we can internalize the problems that need to be solved in a different way, and the benefit that we can get from that. And I think if you do those things, innovation takes care of itself.
You always shop egos when you're trying to get talent, and those with the largest ones are our largest performers. I think that the way we inspire innovation is by remembering that we are always customer-centric. If we are making that plumber and that carpet cleaner and that chiropractor happy, if we are not selling technology, we don't sell technology, we sell solutions. If we can get them business, if we can make them happy, if we can create a quantitative piece of data for them to show them how effective we are, then we're doing our jobs. The key is to never innovate for the sake of innovation. It's always innovating to make sure that you can productize, that you have good top-line revenue, excellent net income, and that those egos are kept in check by very stringent benchmarks by the boss.
Well, on the surface, if you look at our products, they all look unique. We spend a lot of resources making sure that our products looks cool. That's on the surface. But essentially, I think we spend a lot of efforts in improving our speed, agility, and the desire to innovate.
I think showing the value of innovation is really important to people, and making innovation exciting is the way you inspire it. Innovation doesn't happen in a vacuum. Also allowing people in the company who may not necessarily be responsible for product development or designing processes, allowing them to have input on how those processes can be improved, better ideas, constantly reading and paying attention, I mean really paying attention to what's going on around you or us allows us to, I think, stay ahead of the game. And it also inspires our employees to go, hey, that worked. That person got some good credit. They got a raise. They got promoted. And that helps to keep us on the edge, I guess, to say all the time.
Well, I encourage it. I don't know if I inspire anything, but I do encourage it by trying to have each and every individual in the company have at least 20% of their time available to think about things that we ought to be doing or they would like to do, and if they're related in some manner to either increasing the skills that our staff has or directly applicable to our current products or new products. That's how I encourage. I can't motivate people. I told someone when I looked at the questions that you were going to ask that my single one-word answer would be fear.
So it's very important for you to have the right employees to do the right work for you, and also the third and foremost that help them to perform at their best and to get a lot of innovation to come from them. But also more importantly, that also make sure you have a financial backing, so they help you to focus on long-term vision instead of have to focus on the tactical everyday things. That also important thing for you to do every day. But basically, keep the company moving forward with the right people and foster innovation and deliver the product to the hand of the consumer, and by building a lot of strategic partnership.
And we really looked for people and to create a culture that want their work life to be rewarding. They want their work to stand for more than a paycheck. They're looking for a cultural community that allows them to thrive, to use their skills.
Educators who are innovative in classrooms have several skills. First of all, they're able to identify what the essential piece of knowledge is, what the students need to know. Then they're good at analyzing the pieces and the steps to get there. And then, like I said, they've got that ability to think outside of the box and to tweak that learning just a little bit with creativity and application. And they're also able to use real-world tools and, like I said, a roll of duct tape and some plastic to build a planetarium so that students can go inside and create constellations and learn about our universe. Real innovators are able to do that. They've got both pieces. They're analyzers and they're creative thinkers.
Okay. Innovation is something that everyone talks about, and it's been my experience that innovation doesn't happen by mistake. What we do is we take a purposeful approach towards being inventive. And that includes, for instance, having intellectual property workshops where we get our team together. We look at the existing patent portfolio that we have. We look at other patents in the field. We try to identify the white space in between. We try to take what we're doing with our products and purposefully come up with claims that could further protect our intellectual property. So I think patents are very important when it comes to protecting the inventions that a company has. And I think you have to have an environment that actually stimulates people to do that work.
Innovation is a key part of what we do at Silicon Systems, and hiring talented, bright people is really the key to that. Inspiring and leading bright people is always a challenge, whether it's for myself, the rest of the executive management team, the vice president of engineering, but we really try to inspire people to accomplish great things. We have a very good understanding of what our customers need, and trying to take science, turn it into a product is always a challenge. We find if we give it and create an environment in which our engineering staff and our product marketing people are free to stub their toe, because there's not going to be every innovation that's going to catch on in the marketplace. Yet you really have to reach and try, because if you stop trying, you're probably going to start to fall behind. So there's that fine line of investing in independent thoughts and processes to bring new products and innovation to the marketplace.
The AeA's 15th Annual High Tech Awards will be held at the Hyatt Regency on April 29th. For information or tickets, please call 949-450-1500.